back, and I just want to say again a huge thank you to everybody for being here and supporting the stream. I know it's been tough sometimes to kind of jump in and be here. Excuse me, but I really do appreciate it, and it's just a great pleasure to have all of you guys here. Garrett, what is up, buddy? Yeah, we're playing Boros Treasure. Before we jump into the deck and talk about who submitted it, because we do want to call attention to them, but before we jump into that, I just want to say, please make sure we've only got a few days left, 5 days until we pick the winner of our Kaldheim giveaway. So if you would like to get a free Kaldheim bundle, that is the way to do it. And a huge thank you to Grand Slam for helping us out with that giveaway as well. That is our local game store around here, and they've been very kind in helping us with a number of different activities throughout the channel. Excuse me, but giveaways being one of them. So without further ado, Corkspine, it is time. This is Corkspine's deck, for the record. For those of you in Discord, better known as Spinoraptor, and actually a mod for our Discord. So a huge thank you to him for not only just putting this deck together, but being an awesome individual. I really like this deck. Corkspine, I know you mentioned this is one of your favorites that you created as well. On the Rocks, what's up? Spinoraptor, the deck master, indeed. I want to point out, Corkspine didn't just submit this deck. Corkspine, you might be able, I don't know the exact number, but you put so many decks together, and not only that, but you also rated them as to how highly we should value these decks. Are these really good? Are these just kind of janky? Whatever. You rated them as well. So a huge thank you to Corkspine. We have got deck lists for days, but we're starting off strong with Boros Treasure. I think this deck is really good. It's a lot of fun. There are some changes that I might want to make along the way, but I think we'll play a few games as is before we make any big changes, because I want to stay true to what you presented to us. So this is obviously artifact enchantment focused, very treasure focused, with things like Goldspan Dragon at the top of the list here. This is a brand new card from Kaldheim, an amazing card at that. So it's 3 and 2 red for a 4/4 dragon. Flying in haste, so it does get in for an attack right away, and when it becomes the target of a spell, create a treasure token. Now, not only that, but treasure tokens you control have tap, sacrifice this artifact, and add 2 mana, not just 1 of any color. And so you really can do quite a bit with this card. You can get in there, create treasure, and then hopefully utilize that to play another spell post-combat, if we're lucky enough to have stuff in hand. Now, a lot of the rest of the deck, we do have Embercleave to help us finish it off, but a lot of the rest of the deck is focused around treasure as well. In particular, another new card, Forging the Tyrite Sword. This is a really interesting one. 3 mana Saga. First 2 Saga counters, create a treasure token. Simple, right? But again, if we've got the dragon out here, those count for double mana. And not just that, colored mana, so they can really help us out. I say it now because it will happen, poor doggy. Don, you're right. We'll talk about that in a second as well. But then not only that, this helps you pull out that Embercleave that you need to finish off the game, or the Shadowspear, which in certain pinches is obviously kind of a secondary equipment that I've found to get. And Corkspine, feel free to chime in, because I know you created this deck with something in mind, but I found Shadowspear to be kind of the secondary get. If you've got the Embercleave, go for it. If you can finish off the game, go for it. But if you find yourself in kind of a losing position, Shadowspear gives you that ability to gain some life back, hopefully get in for some more damage, and then kind of crawl your way back into the game. So it really does provide you with that outlet as needed. Now, another new saga we do have here is Showdown of the Skalds. Interesting card here. So 4 mana saga. The first one, exile the top 4 cards of your library until your next turn. The end of your next turn, you may play those cards. So this acts as kind of a refill for the hand. Get in there with some more stuff, and then utilize all that treasure token stuff that we've been creating the whole time. And then whenever you cast a spell this turn on counters 2 and 3, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So again, doubling up on those cards, hopefully powering up some of your creatures, and then getting in for that win very quickly. All of these, 4 and up cards are really about ending the game as quickly as you can, and they do a great job of doing so. Now, a couple flex spots that I have found, I think. Shambling Suit, great card. It's an X3, where X is the number of artifacts and enchantments you control. This can get very out of hand, especially equipped up with an Embercleave. But I will say, in my play testing, I have not found this to be that great. That being said, I think we should continue play testing until we decide exactly what to do, and so I do want to play around with it. It is only a taking up 2 slots in the deck as well. We do have Selfless Savior, and Gingerbrute here in the 1-drop slot. Selfless Savior, a great addition, great call, Corkspine, just being able to throw this out there, protect your, theoretically, your dragon or something big against any kind of, removal on the opponent's side is fantastic. Gingerbrute able to get in there really quickly and attack, and helps with all that glitters, which is a great way to power up creatures as well. We've seen this in the past, we know how good all that glitters is, and so no surprise on having it in here. And then in the 2-drop slot, we've got Blood Aspirant. Another kind of flex slot to me. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's amazing. It does really capitalize on the treasure tokens, I will say. So whenever you sack a permanent, it gets a 1/1 counter. If you've got a bunch of treasure out there, this can go crazy. But I have found it's a little bit trickier, or easier said than done, I will say. And then we do have Dragonkin Berserker, which is another really cool card. So first strike 2/2 for 2. Boast abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate for each dragon you control. And then you can boast it for 4 and a red and create a 5/5 dragon creature token with flying. So this helps itself out, but also synergizes quite well with Goldspan Dragon. Interested to see how this card plays out. I haven't had great luck with it, but I do want to kind of play around and see what we can do. All told, this deck is really, really fun. Now, land count, we are at 25. We are trying to get up to Goldspan Dragon pretty quickly. And so having those 25 lands really helps us. Worth noting, Fabled Passage does work very well with Blood Aspirant also. So just a heads up, really interesting deck. And again, a huge thank you to Corkspine or Spinoraptor, whichever you'd like to go by, for putting this one together. But we're going to go ahead and jump into our first game here. Who in chat is going to be here the majority of the stream, if not all of the stream? Raise your hands. Because I would like somebody to keep score. We've had great luck with everybody doing that in the past, so thank you guys very much for it. Was that a 5-color Tibalt's Trickery deck? Garrett, you caught me. Bala, you're going to be here? Thank you so much. Garrett, you'll be here as well. We're going to call on Bala. We're going to ask if you could please, after each game, just update the score in chat, the record in chat. We'd very much appreciate it. And then Garrett, if he happens to jump out, then feel free to jump in for us. Whoops. Oh well. Definitely played that incorrectly. I was looking at chat, my bad. Is there a mulligan strategy for this deck? Like, do you preference any cards in the starting hand? I do, to some extent. There is a level of, like, you have to have some early plays in this deck. As long as you've got, like, a forging, you can generally get there, is what I have found. And again, I'm going to lean on Corkspine a little bit since he is the creator of the deck, but I've found that as long as you have this and maybe 1 or 2 other cards in hand that you can play in the early game, you tend to be okay. You can get to where you need to be. That's interesting. Okay, so unfortunately, this isn't a super exciting hand. We were really leaning on that Selfless Savior, which might have been a bad keep, Jimbo, 100%, but we're going to try it anyway. All right. And yes, for the record, Garrett, we did technically have a... Oh, nice. Okay, so this is actually very good. We did have a Tibalt's Trickery deck in there, and it is a really interesting deck, to say the least. We're going to attack in here and see if they block. I kind of want them to block, so it's fine if they do. Just get something off the field for us here. Definitely ramp heavy hand versus a ramp deck. This should be fun. Yeah, definitely should be. I'm going to go ahead and play this second one here. That does keep us above the threshold there, which is important. Just for future reference, if you sacrifice Selfless Savior or any creature in response to the stomp... Yeah, so I actually didn't get the chance to, and maybe that was my fault, but it did not give me priority to do so. But Garrett, yes, you're exactly correct. It would fizzle the creature, which is the idea, the Bone Crusher in particular. Okay. So the great thing about this is we are going to get Embercleave equipped up here, which is obviously going to do a good bit. We can also Shadowspear. So we do get Shadowspear here. Let's get this out there. Let's get this out there. Do we want to equip that up? I kind of don't want to because I do want to leave up this. So this is going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have quite enough to do both. Okay. Let's attack in here. Allow them to declare blockers if they would like. Great. Let's auto-pay that. We're obviously pretty heavily into this. We could have made this unblockable, but I actually kind of wanted to get rid of that Terror of the Peaks, so that's fine. Surprising how many good decks you can face in low ranks and MTGA, and most online card games, it's a bunch of jank. Yeah, we've, once the ladder reset, obviously, we kind of jumped down a good bit, and so we're crawling our way back up, and it's been really fun, but you do see much more variety, I will say, Bala. By the way, Bala, I don't believe I've seen you in here before. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the stream, and if I did miss you at some point, I apologize, but thank you so much for being here. All right, and we got our first win. Despite some pretty obvious misplays on my end, we still got the win, so I'm happy with that. Thank you, Garrett. Let's get some hype in chat, everybody. Yeah, Corkspine, we got it. And thank you, Bala. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. If you will update us with the score, we are 1-0. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Corkspine, thanks for the hype. And thanks for building an awesome deck. This one's really, really fun. Don showing the hype as well. I like it, guys. I really like this deck. I think it's a very fun one. It plays a little odd to me at certain times, but overall it's been very, very positive. I feel like I can't keep this. I'm gonna mulligan. We'll keep this. It's a little bit odd, 100%. I really want to put the land back, but I know that that's wrong. I'm gonna throw the Embercleave back. We have a way to get it in hand, so I don't really worry too much about getting it on time. We're gonna play this before we play the Embercleave, so I think that that's okay. A little bit tricky of a hand though, not gonna lie. Okay. So here we have a prioritization kind of thing going on. Do we want to prioritize getting Blood Aspirant down on turn 2, or do we want to get Gingerbrute down? I'm going to go Gingerbrute route. It just provides us with at least something on the field early in the game here. And if we draw a red source untapped, we get to play this and then capitalize on that Fabled Passage combo with it to throw some counters on it. So we're going to try. It may not work. That's okay. But got to give it the best shot we can. Interesting on the opponent's end here. So we will play this. We'll go ahead and attack in, and we'll pass. Also, it's Wednesday, guys. How are we getting through the week? How's everybody doing? Everybody getting through okay? I know it's been a busy week for some of you guys. I hope you're getting all the stuff you need done, and I hope it's going well. I'm going to go ahead and fetch here at the end of the turn. Unfortunately, not getting that little combo, but this does give us our red source, which obviously is a little more crucial at this point. And I think we try for the forging. Hard half over, hopefully easy for the rest. Love it. I hope it is for you. Garrett, I know, were you working on, was it work or school that you were working on? I believe it was school. I've had a lot of work stuff to do, which isn't a bad thing by any means. I'm fortunate to have that, but my goodness, I've been having to redesign like an entire website basically. And university, yeah, okay, gotcha. Well, I'm glad that you're getting through it. Second semester has been hitting hard. Ooh, I hate that, buddy. All right, so here. We got a pretty good turn here. We're gonna be able to get in for some damage very, very quickly here. Drop 2 Blood Aspirants if we would like. The only thing I will say, we do kind of have to think about, do we worry about a Shatter the Sky? Part of me thinks yes. I'm gonna go for the Showdown route. We'll see if this works. This provides us a little bit more longevity, I think. 17 credits. Oh man, that's a lot of work. Yeah, for sure. Currently in senior year of high school, big TCG fan, but got into MTG only recently, a week or so ago. Wow, Bala. Well, welcome to the game. My goodness. So when you say other TCGs, then Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, what other card games did you play? I know those are kind of the obvious big ones, but was there anything that stuck out to you as your favorite of those? And if I may ask, why did you get into specifically Magic? Yeah, we're gonna go this route. Cool. So we can drop this, then drop Fabled Passage. That's a good route to go. Let's see, what in the jank is this person's deck? Yeah, this is like Foss's Oracle weird stuff. We're gonna throw the counter here. We're going to throw out this, throw this out. Excuse me, we did not play the Blood Aspirant, just for the record. Also, you might want to update your stream decker after this match. Dang, I always forget to do that. Thank you, Garrett. You have caught me every single time on that, but I do appreciate it. We're gonna equip this up to the dragon here. Gain ourselves some life. Obviously, they are not really attacking on the life end of things, so, you know, it's not gonna be the best thing in the world. But let's go ahead and throw this out. MTG is just big. Yeah, oh, for sure. Let's throw this here. So I had to try it out. Also, Kaldheim looked cool. Dude, Kaldheim is awesome. So you just got into Magic, you said. Are there any major questions that you have or anything like that that has come up recently that you feel we should talk about here for you? Would anything help you? Hopefully it will. If we can be of any help, I'm happy to be. I'm by no means an expert, but I certainly do the best I can. Techno Ranty, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the stream. I hope you enjoy the content. And I hope you will stick around to continue enjoying this content. Next turn, we could theoretically, like, get somewhere. They don't have enough to throw out a token. If they just kind of whiff this turn, then we're actually in okay shape, but that's not going to help us very much here. All right, let's all attack. Let's see what they do. I'm going to Embercleave and see if we do it. We very easily could just be running into a counter here, but regardless, we got to burn it. And this does give us a way to hopefully get rid of some stuff here. All right. The only thing they can do is scry based on what's on the field, but if they can, you know, cycle, draw, opt into some stuff, they can actually do some damage here. But I think we just win. If they didn't do anything there, yeah, we just win. That was a weird deck, by the way. Whatever this deck is very odd. I think it's just Azorius control, but it's not good. Let's go ahead. Let's get Stream Decker updated. Thank you, Garrett, again, and let's get some hype in chat. We got there. Thank you, Garrett. You are the man. Score 2-0. Thank you, Bala. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the the fire. And let's see if we can get this updated here. All right. Export. Do the thing. Yeah. Boros treasure. There we go. Thank you for the hype, everybody. Corkspine, your deck is kicking some butt, my friend. It is really, really killer. And let's go ahead and jump in. All right. Stream Decker is not my favorite, by the way. I don't know if you guys have all used it before, but it's a little frustrating. It's like not updating, so that's fun. Anyway, we continue on. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Guys, it should be updated now. Garrett, thank you again. Appreciate you pointing that out so we can get that fixed. And what's this hand? This is actually pretty good. It's a little bit awkward, but we've got a lot of stuff to do in the early game here. Thank you, Garrett, for the confirmation there as well. We're gonna keep this. It's a pretty aggro-centric hand for sure. We'll lean on Gingerbrute. Kind of debating on turn 2 here. So what kind of deck is this, Prime? This is a Boros treasure deck brought to us by Corkspine, who was very kind to suggest this in our Discord. Looks like we're against Tibalt's Trickery here, so chances are we're just gonna lose like immediately. But they mulliganed pretty quickly, and they're Indatha Triumph doesn't necessarily mean that actually, so maybe not. Maybe not. I may have jumped the gun. Yes, I did. That's fine. That is fine. Okay. Let's do this. So part of me wants to drop this, make Gingerbrute unblockable, and then attack in. Which I think I will do. Whoops, nope, not that. Let's go ahead and do this. And attack in. This deck is great, Prime. We've won 2 games so far. We got Bala keeping score for us. And I'm really enjoying it. I like this deck quite a bit. This just makes future creatures a lot better, which is why I kind of wanted to get that down now. While we're not under, you know, obviously a ton of pressure at the moment. This first striking creature, kind of helpful at the moment. Do we want to attack in? I want to say no, actually. I don't like the idea of trading this off. If they do have just any removal, which I'm sure they do, given that they are a black deck, we have to assume, well, black, green, and potentially white. We have to assume they've got some removal, and so I'd like to try and get through some of this first. I'm gonna just first striking block this, see what they do. I'm curious as to what they are thinking about. Do they have just like a combat trick? Like, it's really weird if they do. Okay. Wow, really? Okay. That's interesting. I don't think that's a very good use. I think they thought that was gonna die also. Sure. Okay. Great. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go ahead and equip this up. Pete, what is up, my friend? How are you today, buddy? It's great to see you. I hope you're doing super well. We've been talking about getting through the week. We're playing some Boros Treasure, and we're having a great time doing it. It's been awesome so far. Sure. That's fine. They used a Blood Chief's Thirst on a Gingerbrute, so I don't really feel too bad about that. The only downside here is we really don't have a great follow-up play. We've got no creatures in hand that we can play. And unfortunately just not getting there on land. With 25 lands in the deck, generally you can count on being fairly consistent. But unfortunately this happens. It is what it is. Closing in on silver, rank 3. I love it. That's awesome. Pete, I'm stoked for you, buddy. What deck are you playing at the moment? I did try Tibalt's Trickery, the day 9 version, because it is, for my knowledge, the like highest win percentage version of that deck, and it's silly. I wouldn't say it's good, but I would say it's silly. All right, so 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're just dead. Unfortunately, I just didn't get lands on that one. So anti-hype in the chat. We did not get there, but it's okay. We're here to have some fun. We had a couple new people follow as well that I missed. Acorn, welcome, and Arendorn, welcome. Appreciate it. Score, thanks for the update, Dawn. Yeah, we didn't get there. That's okay, though. We're not gonna get there every time, guys. It's fine. Honestly, it's nice just to win a couple games. We've played some not so great decks over the last couple days. Although yesterday's deck, the Seraph deck, I really like. That's just so up my alley. And so I really enjoyed that. Yeah, this is a keep. We don't have a turn 1 play, but we've got Blood Aspirant into Forging, into Showdown, and potentially we can even skip the Showdown into Gold, the Dragon here. Not good, Shuffler bad. Yeah, Quirkspine, yeah. Mutate deck and a Demir Mill deck. No net decking, just trying my best. Dude, that's awesome. I love to hear that, Pete. It's easy. I will say, I want to talk about net decking if I may. I wish Arena had more free ways of getting wildcards before. Yeah, no, that's okay. I understand that too. I do want to talk a little bit about net decking if I may. Just as like a concept, because it is something people get very frustrated by. Or over, and I don't think you really have to. I think, you know, in one case, yes, I agree, you shouldn't necessarily. What is net decking? Oh, good question, Lamp. So if you don't know, net decking, what do we want to do here? I think it's just forging. Yeah, I think we just forge. Net decking is basically just going online, finding a deck, and I will say, using the online resources to find deck ideas or a deck that you would like to play. And I use that, I'm saying that very specifically, because the way that I use net decking and the way that some people conceive net decking to be, I think is not necessarily correct. What I would suggest net decking is, because I'll be upfront, I net deck sometimes, 100%. You guys know that if you've been watching the channel for a while. If I see a deck that just looks fun and I just want to learn how to play it, I'm gonna try and learn how to play it. Always existed on their mailing list, books, print list, magazines. So yes, Don, great point there. Yes, it has always kind of been done, but obviously to a higher extent now, I think. We're just gonna go ahead and do this. And so the theory is that it's like this terrible thing to do, and I certainly don't think it's a good thing to do. I'm actually not gonna do that. We're gonna attack in first. I don't think it's a great thing to do, don't get me wrong, but I do think it's a great idea to find, or it's a great way to find cool things that you can try. And I think people take it as like, oh, this is terrible, you're just stealing deck lists. Well, no, I mean, yeah, you could 1-for-1 steal the top deck in the meta right now, and that's all fine. You're not gonna play it as well as a lot of other players in the field. You're just not. There is no way that's gonna happen. You are not as good as that person with that deck because that person put in practice, put in time, put in effort to learn all of the subtle nuances that you did not. And so, while, oh, we're dead, by the way. While it sounds great to just be able to pull the best deck in the format, that's not enough. You have to be a good player. You have to understand a lot of the subtleties that each deck comes with. And so net decking as a whole does not pay off if you're just 1-for-1 pulling a deck list. It certainly can give you the tools. Thank you, Ballot, by the way. Yeah, we are 2-2. It gives you the tools, but it doesn't give you the skill. And so I find it's a learning mechanism. If I'm stealing a deck from like Aether Hub, for instance, one, you always credit the person that made the deck. It's not your deck. Thank you for the anti-ite, by the way. You always credit whoever made the deck. But two, I'm there to learn. I'm not there to necessarily win a lot. I want to try something silly, which is why I like doing that. But it's also just a great way to get cool ideas. Like, I have found it very useful to create a deck and then go online and search up, you know, especially on Aether Hub because it's so easy. You can just type in a card and see what decks are including that card. I'm sure there are other tools like that too, but you can see which decks include it and then start to see other cards that maybe you just didn't think of and then at least consider playing them in your version. And I don't think that's bad. I don't think that that's bad at all. And so inherently, I think maybe slightly differently than some others in that realm, but I think it's not inherently a bad thing. I think if you do it with respect to the deck and understanding that you're not going to be perfect, it's pretty good. And Quirkspine, offering up the feel free to net deck from him. He's got tons of decks on Aether Hub, so go check him out. Quirkspine, feel free if... in Discord or something, if you want to share your follow link, feel free. I followed you because you've got some cool decks. So here I'm expecting them to take the dragon. Yeah, just makes the most sense. But next turn we're just going to be able to drop a lot. Was the Seraph deck super nasty? Did you do anything crazy besides its ability? Technorant, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for the question. I thought it was very fun. It was not as consistent as I would have liked it to be, to put it very bluntly. I do think it was a very fun deck, though. I was able to get it off, like, kind of work with the ability a couple times, which was great. And in practice, it did certainly, you know, do what I was hoping it would do. But it was not as consistent as I would like. So I do think there's a world where, you know, you can do a bit more to make that worth it. Alright, cool, they're just taking 3. And we pass. Worth noting, it might have been better to play the pathway, just to hold some information. But if you want to go check out that VOD, you certainly can, Technorant. Just a heads up, that is up on our YouTube channel right now. So I really enjoyed it. The deck list is there as well if you'd like to try it. Again, feel free to net deck, it's fine. It's just a great time. All right, they can't yet, you know, make this a thing. The one thing I will say, Quirkspine, about this deck, Obviously, it's an aggro-focused deck. It's not really looking to do a lot of removal, but removal might be helpful. And I don't know how reasonable it is to expect any of that, but I do think there's a world where just having some answers would be very, very helpful. Splayer, my friend, what is up, buddy? How are you today? Welcome, welcome. We're playing a really fun deck today. Excited to jump into it. Okay, we'll go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and get a counter here on the Blood Aspirant. Again, getting to show off that little mini combo. Absolutely awesome. Love doing that. All right. You know, I feel like we kind of need to deal with this Valky before it becomes a problem card. I'm gonna see what they do. I kind of just want them to block, to be honest. I just want to see what they're gonna do. That was not smart on their end. Get rid of this, actually. Understanding that we are losing out on that artifact count Quirk Spine, so we do know that we're losing some synergy there. But importantly, we're not losing the Blood Aspirant. And we get our Goldspan Dragon back, which is obviously helpful. That's one thing about Valky that I don't like, is they do, you know, if you kill it, you do actually get the card back, which I learned in my Rakdos discard deck can be pretty backbreaking if you don't get it at the right time. Ooh, neat. Okay. Second Croxa does make us discard the dragon, which does suck, because a land would have been a very live draw there. Fabled Passage would have been perfect. And we'll see what they want to do. I'm not really sure. Corkspine, you did a great job of pulling in these little synergies here with the Blood Aspirant. You know, Selfless Savior, being able to protect it, but then also throw a counter on it. It really ups the value of the Selfless Savior, so some things worth noting there. And here, great option. Again, that little mini combo of being able to pull an extra counter onto the Blood Aspirant is just fantastic. Here, getting him for a decent amount of damage, get him to that 8 mark, which is pretty important. I mean, we're on a 2-turn clock for them, right? We have ways to deal with what they're, or to get through what they're doing. And we've got ways to protect the Blood Aspirants, so I feel pretty strongly that we're in decent shape. But here, this is just, again, giving us that indestructibility, and we're losing a little, don't get me wrong, but if we just draw a dragon, for instance, we win. If we draw Embercleave, we win. We could draw some really good things here and finish off this game. Oh, okay. Do they just have a... That was obviously a misplay on their end. They didn't realize that this was indestructible. Oh, you feel bad for that kind of thing. All right, we got there. Fantastic. Guys, excuse me for 1 second, if you don't mind. And just as a reminder, I'm going to switch to the other screen. You will see that we have a new digital altar jumping in. Thank you, by the way, Bala, for updating us with the score. I will be right back. We've got a new digital altar coming into play very, very soon. So do check that out while we're on that little loading screen, but I will be right back. And Garrett, yeah, that was a little sad for them. I feel bad. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I drank like a lot of coffee and a lot of Pepsi this morning, and therefore, well, we all know what happens there. Anyway, did you guys check out, did you like, by the way, if someone wants to take over score, feel free. I'm heading out to cook right now. Bella, thank you so much. Garrett, if you're gonna stick in here for a little bit, do you mind jumping on the score then? Interesting. Like, it's worth the risk. We're gonna try. We still have a stream open, just can't keep score. No problem, Bella. Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it. Also, good luck cooking. Did anybody see the, or do you guys like the Tropical Island altar that we have? I hope you guys do. I hope you guys saw it on that little screen there. That is gonna be coming very, very soon, and I'm super stoked for it because I think it looks really, really great. But it took a long time. It took me days to do that. Looking smexy. Garrett, I love it. I love it, Garrett. It took me so long to do that. But I really am proud of it. I think it looks great. And so I'm really excited to get that one going as well for you guys. And, you know, hopefully you guys enjoy picking up those little digital altars. It's just a fun thing to do for me. I'm not the most artistic person in the world, but being raised in graphic design, or excuse me, being trained in graphic design and then having kind of a visual art background when I was much younger, you know, it's really fun to try and bring a little bit of that back into what we're doing now. So it's fun. It's really, really fun. So enjoy it, guys. I hope you do. All right, let's do this. Has anyone ever actually used Gingerbrute's second ability? I feel like I have the mana. I'm just going to make him unblockable. There are situations, Lamp, where it's worth it. Might have to scoop one for your EDH deck. Hey, if you'd like to, I'd certainly appreciate it. Obviously, that'd be awesome. So here, I'm actually going to do this. This sacks this, gets this even stronger, and then here, we get to attack here and here. Can't eat the Gingerbrute, so that's... So my thing is with the Gingerbrute, it's actually really helpful to be able to sack it if you've got the mana, because if they do try and remove it for whatever reason, you're actually pretty well set up. And here, yeah, we'll go ahead and play this out. They do have Labyrinth, which is interesting. I don't think it's good though, right? Like, if they want to use the Labyrinth, that's fine, but they just lose all of their mana for the turn. And heck yeah, we got another win. Garrett, take up that score right away, and look at that rank up, guys. Gold tier 2, we are getting there. Taking a bit of time to jump us back up to where we were. We were, you know, platinum something. I don't know. But my goal, here's my goal. We are going to try and get up to diamond again. We've been at diamond once or twice in the past, but it's been a while, and I want to try and jump us back there. Yeah, turn 4, 8-8. Corkspine, you did good, buddy. You did really, really well. This deck is sweet. Let's show some love for Corkspine here in the chat. For any subscribers out there, give us a little bit of hype for Corkspine. Doing the most. Absolutely appreciate the work you put into this deck. It's fantastic, dude. Like, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, we'll keep. A little bit awkward, definitely wanting to get that third land, but we do have a number of 2-drops here, so worst case scenario, we can play some of these out, but it is going to be a bit tricky. We're going to need to really push for a third land. We have a number of turns to get there. I'm also going to play probably the Pathway land first, only because, you know, there's that slight percentage that you thin out your deck when you pull Fabled Passage out, and it's fine, but I'd really like to hit lands, so we're going to try and do that. Guys, if you are interested in picking up any of those digital altars or any other merch just to help support the channel, we'd of course appreciate it. Please don't feel like you have to, but there is a link in chat right there for you that will take you directly over to our store and our website, where you can check out some of the cool proxies we've got that are going out to patrons. We've also got, obviously, the store itself, so a lot of t-shirts, things like that we've got in there. And just some really fun stuff, so please do check it out. You can also keep up with videos there, just as a quick heads up. Interesting here. Interesting, interesting. I'm gonna play the Berserker. I don't know that that's correct. So Blood Aspirant we can do some stuff with, but I think we can actually hold off till next turn. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I think we Blood Aspirant next turn with a Fabled Passage, get it up to a 2/2. I don't know. This is going to be weird. This is a tough one because they're going to outpace us, I think, here with the double Aspirant play. They also, just having an Ozolith is frustrating as crap. So we'll see what we can do here. But having this first striker just forces them to put at least a counter here on this Aspirant. Or excuse me. Yeah. I can speak. The other options to play the Berserker. Actually, yeah, I kind of like that play. This is a little bit weird, I know, but this doubles up our first strike damage. So again, this is forcing at least one counter to go here on, or excuse me, 2 counters to go here on the Aspirant, which could be all of it, so we'll see. Oh, goodness. Okay. Sure. Well, that changes the math ever so slightly. The Ozolith is a problem card for us here. But we'll do the best we can. Resolve all. Well, they didn't do what I thought they would do. Okay. So there is a world where we just end up double blocking here, which I think we do. I don't love it, but I think it's what we do. This just gets rid of the at least a counter engine. The problem is they still have the Ozolith, so they get to keep all of these counters, which is obviously kind of frustrating for us, but I do think it's kind of our best option here. We're going to take a massive hit here. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's get you out. Let's get Blood Aspirant out. Let's sack this. Crucially, waiting on both Fabled Passages here. Obviously a pretty important way to go. We'll just get a mountain. Again, getting another counter out. Get a plains this time. We'll throw the Gingerbrute out. No, actually. Not gonna attack with that. This works as a great blocker for us, for this 4/4 in particular, because it does not have trample. This Stone Coil Serpent, however, we gotta worry about. They can put it up to quite a bit here. I don't know. We're gonna do the best we can. Oh, sorry guys, it looks like my camera just dropped out as well, so I'm gonna just turn that off. And we'll just save some of the the heat there. All right. Yep. I'm assuming they put all of these on Stone Coil Serpent, which just makes the most sense. It's the Trampler, for the record, so that's like why that makes the most sense. Interesting. Okay. Sure. I don't think that was the correct play. We'll see if they want to attack, though. They do. Very cool. We take 5, go down to 5. That's fine. All right. Let's see how it goes. Crucially, we're taking the Trampler out of the equation here. So this just gives us, you know, a couple turns where hopefully we can get at least a little bit of turns saved if we can just play some random stuff. Like these Gingerbrutes, things like that are going to save us a little bit. Okay. So they left Blood Aspirant on the field. Okay. Interesting. All right. There's another Gingerbrute. Okay, let's... Should have actually waited on that land, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Showdown. Gonna play out the Gingerbrute as a blocker. You know, eventually we're gonna try and have to, like, attack in here. But I don't think we're there yet, so we're gonna hold off. I just don't want to like lose out to like a Banishing Light. Like if they Banishing Light any of our creatures and then can attack in, we're pretty much doomed. So this just gives us an out to be able to last for another turn. We do get to throw Embercleave plus potentially all that glitters on something here and really do some damage potentially, but 10-10, huh? Sure. All right. You might just win with all that glitters. Corkspan, that's kind of what I'm hoping, but we're losing a lot of our artifacts here thanks to kind of having to block here. All right, play land. Play an all that glitters. Get a counter. We can just play this 1, 2, 3, 4, so we don't have enough to play Embercleave also. So I think we just do this, but I think this just means we lose, right? Yeah. All right, yeah, unfortunately that means we lost. We can't deal enough, so Corkspan, we didn't get there that time, but actually a really cool game, and well done by the opponent. That just kind of goes to show you, you know, if you've just got a smooth game plan, that Selesnya Counters deck is just so smooth. Against the right deck, you know, you're doing okay. Like you can kind of get some easy wins just by running smooth and hitting your curve. And most often that applies much more to limited than anywhere else, but definitely in constructed it can happen as well. I think obviously given like a removal heavy deck or something, that doesn't work, but it is what it is. Techno Rant, yeah, dude, that Ozolith. You know, it's funny, every time I have run Ozolith, which has been, you know, a number of times, it's not been excessive by any means, but every time I've run it, it really hasn't done the work that, you know, you see it do in certain matchups. Like in that matchup, amazing, super good. But in general, it's not always been the best card in my opinion. But it just goes to show you if you get the right matchup or the right setting, how much work the Ozolith can really do. And well done by the opponent. I mean, super well played. They keep going first. Corkspan, yeah, they do. It's okay. I will be honest in saying I'm not super aware of all the foretell cards that we would need to worry about here. So I think first things first, let's just attack in, see what they do, if anything. All right, and we're gonna go for the high risk, or excuse me, high reward play of playing Forging here. So this gives us the option of Dragon on the following turn, and then hopefully if we can keep this Selfless Savior around, we've not only got that Dragon out, but a way to protect it as well. So if they try and kill it, that sucks for us. It forces us to sacrifice, or we just win. I don't know what just happened. That was really weird. Not sure. Really no idea. But that puts us up to 5-3. Garrett, thank you, by the way, for keeping track of the score. That was weird. I think they just didn't have anything, obviously, but wow, very strange. All right, guys. Garrett, heck yeah. We're going to jump in. We'll see how long this next game lasts. If it's a short one, we'll do 2 more. If this one goes for a little while, we'll just make this the last one. Yeah, Lamp, we are that good. It's all of us. It's not just me. Don't worry. Prime. I like it. You know, if we get a land, dude, screw it. We're trying. And I'm even going for the dumb play of doing this first. This isn't the dumb play necessarily, but it is the potentially higher risk play. But you know what? In the early turns of the game, it's fine. Everything's fine. And look at that. Never didn't have it. Let's Blood Aspirant. All right. Here's to hoping. I'm guessing they're going to be able to kill this. Sultai, huh? Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, you got it. All right. Let's see what happens. This is probably going to be our last game given what we are up against here. Gonna just go ahead and crack this for a second red. Crucial that we get second red before second white in this deck for a number of reasons, chief among which we've got a lot more Corkspan, yeah, you're right. We've obviously got a lot more, you know, double red than anything else. And unfortunately, no action in our hand. But hey, we've got so much treasure. So much mana, so whenever we draw something, it's gonna be great. Dude, screw it. Let's keep the forgings out. All right, we did it. We've got 3 forgings out. So next turn we're gonna get 2 treasure tokens and an equipment, which is just a second Embercleave. It's deck thinning, okay? Corkspine, I see you. It's just deck thinning. That's all this is. Oh, good. This is a Peer into the Abyss deck, isn't it? Well, this is gonna be annoying. What'd they mill? Ooh, that Showdown could have been really helpful. Alright. Yeah, what in the jank? Alright, well, here we go. These now don't get anything. This is a Peer into the Abyss deck, I guarantee it. Or just a straight mill deck, that could also be it. But Peer into the Abyss would be way cooler. Sure. Yes, yes, we're not doing anything. Top deck Dragon. Dude, if we can top deck a Dragon, we are in some fine shape. A little worried though, they probably have some counter magic here. I mean, we've got lands if they're conditional, but instead we draw Fabled Passage. Oh, it's fine. Oh, and we submit 0 on these. Corkspine, it's okay, buddy. You know, things like this happen. We're here to have fun, screw it. What was the 3 dragons in a row on your library? Was that actually what it was? I didn't even see it. Oh crap, it was. Yeah. Looking great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lamp. All right, here's the deal. If we don't get it this time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna flash out Embercleave on Ruin Crab. Can we do that? I mean, we just flash it out. Attach it to creature. Okay, so we can't, but we can all that glitters it. So let's just do that. Why not? You know, if we're gonna lose, let the opponent have some fun, right? Like, just enjoy it. It's gonna be great. Go ahead. Let's just throw out an Embercleave for the fun of it. Counter it. I dare you. I dare you. Oh wow, they did. I wouldn't have countered it, but okay. It's not doing anything. I mean, I guess it's the safe play to counter it, but like, you could just counter the creature that comes down after the fact, and then I'm out of luck. Pass. Oh gosh. All right, but see, crucially, that gave us double white, so we're gonna help them out a little bit here. We can play 2 all that glitters instead of just 1. Nice. All right. Hey, if they can win off of a 12-15 Ruin Crab, let them. Let's just have some fun. Yeah, I mean, we can't do anything. Resolve. That is a chunky crab. Are we dead yet? We're pretty close. Militant crab. Lamp, I love it. Oh, guys. We tried so hard. Okay. I really want them to one-shot with the Ruin Crab, but I don't think they have more tutelages to do that. I think they would have played it by now. Alright. My turn. They're not even attacking? Why? Just attack. It's okay, guys. We've got Gingerbrute. They're gonna counter it. Yeah, resolve it. Alright. But it's fine, because we do still get to equip this up. Oh, goodness. Alright. Sack it to gain life. Waste of a crab. Yeah, right? They should have attacked. What are you watching? Garrett, you're watching us lose significantly. Oh, good, they do have another tutelage. Well, that's gonna power that up even more. Oh, it's actually, I'm sorry, is it how many we own? Yeah. I don't think we really have a chance, I'll be honest. Alright, we're gonna do it. We got an attack in, and it's first blood, which is stupid, because they definitely could have killed us. Oh no! Alright, we're giving up. Alright guys, thank you so much for being here today. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Corkspine, thank you so much for what has been a very, very fun deck and ending on a very silly note. But I do really appreciate the deck lists. Anybody who is looking for some cool deck lists, please go check out the deck suggestions channel. Corkspine did put quite a number of them in there. A lot of them look really fun. And Corkspine, I have been trying a couple others out as well. So expect to see some of those very soon. Never mind anti-hype. Let's do this really quick. Technorant, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know Bala was here as well. I really appreciate all the new people hanging in there. Garrett, have a great day, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you very soon for another gameplay stream. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.